welcome back to the farm. If you're new here, my name is Nina. I'm a homeschooling, homesteading mom of 4, ages 9 down to 4, and here on my channel we talk all things homeschooling, homesteading, and homemaking. Today's video I am doing a plan with me. It is Sunday night. We are getting ready to kick off a new week of school, and I am sitting down to kind of look over the week and talk about my planning and how I've changed things up this year and kind of how I really don't plan. This video is also a collaboration with Jessica at the Waldock Way and Abby at Rooted in Rest as part of their homeschool show and tell series. This month we are talking all about planning. So join us and all the other moms that are participating. You will find links down below in the description box to Jessica and Abby's channel, as well as the playlist to all the other videos for the moms that are participating. Like I said, I've changed up the way I am weekly planning this year. Last year I was doing a crate system. I had everything set up in the summer before our year began of what we were going to be doing each week. That went really well when we were doing My Father's World. I could just stick the work that we were doing for that particular week in each folder, and as we come to it, I would pull that folder out and I would divide it amongst the kids' notebooks. Since we have changed curriculums, I'm changing things up. So I am using master books this year. If you haven't seen any of my curriculum videos, I will post links down in the bottom and down in the description box for that, as well as up in the iCards here. So if you're familiar with master books, whenever you do anything with them, they give you pretty much a drawn out schedule of how you are to do things. This is our science, but everything that you do with them is laid out on a 36-week schedule, 180 days, which is perfect because that's what we have to do here in Georgia. So it has really made planning fairly easy for me to do, which has simplified my life incredibly. So basically what I do is reverse plan. Kind of, sort of. So as we go through our lessons, I write it down in my planner basically as a journal of what we've already done. Now on Sunday nights, I do sit down and make sure that I don't need to make any copies. I don't need any supplies for the week, just because that kind of helps me whenever we get into the week. I'm not scrambling looking for stuff as we're starting our lessons. So we'll sit down on Sunday night, kind of go through that and get everything out that I need. So I was going to show you my planner and kind of like what I do with that. I use a Farmhouse full, their perpetual homeschool planner, and I have just made my own planner. I do have a video of a walkthrough of my planner. I will post up here in the iCards if you want to go see that. I will have a link down in the description box as well. So what I do is I just kind of go through and for each kid just write down what we've done as we do it. So you will see there's certain days where I don't have things filled in for some kids and I have things filled in for others, just because I want to work at their pace. I want to work at how well they're going through things. For example, Liliana on this math curriculum that we're using, she may do an entire week's worth of work in one day. And that's fine for her because I knew that going into that level, but I wanted to make sure that we didn't skip anything that was important that she might need, because we were going from a mastery math curriculum to a spiral math curriculum. So I knew that the first 9 weeks or so were going to be really easy for her. And that's kind of what she's done. She's on, I think, lesson 11, whereas her brother is on lesson 9, I think, which is fine. And then some days, like when we're busy, we have other things to do in the afternoon, she may only do one lesson like she's supposed to, or one exercise like she's supposed to, and that's okay with me. But what I was finding is when I went through and on my old planner and last year the way I was planning, I would write things in and then I would constantly have to erase it and then rewrite it because we wouldn't do as much as I thought we would, or something came up that week and we couldn't get to it, or we did more and I had to write things more in it. And so I just have found that this is the easiest way to do it. You'll see there's a lot of cross out boxes here. It was a really busy week, but we got all of our individual work done. it has just really simplified everything. Instead of trying to sit down at the beginning of the week and write out everything that I wanted us to do and get into, because the way our life is and the season of life that we're in, our life changes from day to day. I never know what may be coming up and what's around the corner. And also, I work part-time for a local restaurant that has catering as part of their business. And so I help my mom with the catering side of things. So every week is different. 1 week we may only have 1 event that we are catering. 1 week we may have 4. So it depends on what that week looks like and whether we get everything done with school. Some weeks we only school 2 days a week. Some days we get all 5 in. So it just depends on how our life works. And so that's why we year-round homeschool, so that we can fit school in around our life, or basically life, school is a way of life. I will go ahead and, like I said, on Sunday, I will write in like things I know we're going to get to. We only do history 2 days a week. We only do science 2 days a week if we have a full work week. So whatever is the next thing that we come to that I don't have checked off is what we're going to do. So as you'll see, this next coming up week in science, we have to do lesson 6, types of bones. We need to do lesson 7, joints. And so that's probably the only 2 that we're going to get to there. So it's just whatever comes next and get it all in. I quit a long time ago, trying to cram everything into 1 year, because I found out that there were certain things that I wanted to really camp out on, and I wanted our kids to be able to kind of get a deeper grasp of. And I felt pressure to try to finish it all in 1 year. Like, we started this book and then we started our science in January. So we stopped it when we took a break for the summer, and we're picking it back up. Same thing for history. So where we are working our way through history. So we've been in school for 6 weeks now, and you see that we've only finished through week 3 of history. And I'm okay with that. So we stopped last week and we read some read aloud books on Christopher Columbus. I really wanted to kind of get those books in. I thought they were good reads. So we just slowed down. And then this coming up week, we are going to go over the timeline. I have yet to put together the timeline. So I really want to get into that this week. I need to laminate some things, which you're going to see me do in a minute. And then we are going to finish up anything on Christopher Columbus. It's just some things that I use kind of on a weekly basis to plan is sitting over here, but I have my teacher's cart sitting here. Sorry, this is my office. We live in a very small house, but our teacher's cart. So all of my teacher's manuals are up here, so I can come and pull and see like what our next lesson is. They're labeled by kid. Our morning menus are here. Our morning baskets down there on the bottom. We are implementing a morning wake-up bin to try to eliminate squabbles over TV time. So I will sit down on Sunday and make sure that I have everything in this bin ready for them to go for the week. Just kind of make sure I have their folders filled up. And I will have a video coming out on what is actually in this bin next week. So come back for that if you're interested to see what we have in our morning wake-up bin. Also, monthly, I will sit down and I will go through our morning menus and switch anything out. I have videos about what is in our morning menus. I have our September video up. I will put that up here if you would like to see that. So that is something that I do on a weekly planning basis. And I need to go through this book and make sure that I have any copies made, and just go through that as well. I'm sorry this is kind of, to me, filming this video feels like it's been very thrown together, but I don't really plan a lot. And I don't know. I felt like it needed to be said that it's okay if you don't sit down for hours and plan, or you don't sit down for, an hour each Sunday and gather all your things, that it's okay if you don't do that. It's okay if you just do it as you go along. It's okay if all you do is journal. It's okay if you do all of this stuff. If you sit down on Sunday and you plan out the week ahead, that's okay. You have to find what is your rhythm for your family and how you like to do things. Anyway, so I am going to just kind of flip you around here, and we're going to go through and just kind of do the quick little planning that I normally do. And if you have any questions, leave those down in the description box below. I would love to see those. Sorry, this is going to be a very informal way of how I do this, but just so you can get the gist of it, I am going to go through my planner and just kind of write in things I already know that we're going to get to for at least Monday, and kind of what we're going to do throughout the week. So flipping over to week 7 in my planner, writing the date down. Tomorrow will be the 13th. All the way to the 17th. Also, one little tip that I will tell you as far as like writing in your planner. I like to write in pen, but I don't like to write in pen because I want to erase it, because like I said, things always change. And so I found these Frixion pens, if you can see that. The Frixion pens work really well. This came in a pack of different colors, but I have a ton of black ones. I found them on Amazon. Walmart carries them some, but they erase. So I will show you what I mean. So I could write something here, if you can see that, and then it will erase off of the page if I decide I don't want to do that. So let's fill in. So we were still doing the long winter for our read aloud. As far as music study, our hymn, and this is basically stays the same all month long because it's in our morning menu. Our hymn is Take My Life. And then our art study, picture study that we're doing is The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. So I just write those in at the top, just filling those in, just to kind of, if anybody were to ever, we don't have to turn anything in for the state of Georgia, but if anybody were to ever be like, hey, what have you done for such and such, I can show them. So I keep my planners from year to year. So for Bible, I keep all of our schedules that we do for our group subjects in the front of my planner. So I'm just going to see where we left off for Bible, and I could also flip back here. Okay. All right. So we need to do God's Amazing Creatures tomorrow. So history, pulling out my history notebook. Let's figure out, flip over to our history schedule. We have done the activity pages. We need to do our timeline. So I'm going to write that down. Go through timeline. And then we're going to go ahead and start chapter 4. Since we are doing history, we will not do science that day. And then we will not do history on Tuesday. So, we will do Bible, so I'm going to go ahead and write that in. Then I'm going to wait on history. Science, I'm going to go ahead and write down what our first thing for science is going to be. It is going to be, where did we make it to? Oh, wrong thing. I keep pulling out the wrong stuff. It is in here, so I'm going to flip back to where our science is, and then we need to do lesson 6, types of bones. And then I also have a project. Oh, I'm writing this in the wrong spot. See? That is why it's good to have this eraser, because I always write this in the wrong spot. Okay, so lesson 6, types of bones. We're also going to do a project that I've been meaning to get to, and we just haven't had time to do it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and write that in so that we do that on Tuesday. I'm going to have the kids trace their body. So I'm just going to put body project on a big piece of paper. And then we're going to, as we get to the different parts of the body, we're going to draw those in on that. So I want us to go ahead and trace the outline of our body, draw our faces, and then we're going to start talking about the skeletal system. So we may go ahead and start drawing in some of the bones. I'm going to have to help the little kids with that, but anyway, we'll get that project. So you kind of see how this goes, and then everything that's over here for individual subjects, I leave that alone until we actually do it. And so I will sit down with my planner when we go through things, and I will just write it in as like Amelia completes her Explode the Code page 35 and 36. I'll write that in as she completes it. So I always keep my planner with me. It's always in this cart right here, which is right next to our table. So I always keep this next is handy. This is handy. So it's always out. I can always write in it. I hope this video was helpful for you. Don't forget to check out the links down below for the collaboration. Thank you, Abby and Jessica, for hosting this collaboration each and every month. And don't forget to look for the links down below. And if you haven't done so already, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you would like to stick around. We would love for you to do so. That goes a long way to helping out small channels like mine. And we will catch you in another video very soon. Bye, guys.